Can you hear me now?
Yes. Loud and clear.
Sick. I uploaded the episode we did last Monday as well. Should be ready to go.
Cool. I'll get that online this evening.
Cool. Sick. All right, I'm just gonna give everybody like 2 to 3 minutes. Let me just post this out.
Hey, we got Ollie Gilbert in the place.
Yeah, one of the guys in one of the other groups that I was in sent an amazing report on Veracity. I think I sent it out to you.
Okay, sick.
It's mainly for Ollie. Even though Ollie doesn't need any more research on Veracity, but yeah.
He's all in. He's all in.
Gonna give it literally 1 more minute and then we'll get started. A couple more people. What up? I'm thinking, should I try and put this on Facebook as well? You know what, I'm gonna try. It's Facebook peeps deserve to know. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna get started in 30 seconds. What up, gamers? What up, players? Me and Ninja decided we're gonna start calling people that attend the game players. We're all trying to lock in and play the game. Okay, so right, I'm gonna get started. So obviously the thing that I need to start off with, that I have to start off with, especially in this scenario, you guessed it, none other than, what is it? Our disclaimer. So disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor, neither is my business partner, Fadlan Effendi. Neither do we claim or intend to be perceived as financial advisors. Basically, we are just doing this all for education and entertainment. We have no idea what we're talking about. Everything that actually happens that coincides with what we're saying is just a coincidence. Just like how we said a month ago that the S&P 500 will start pulling back, and it's pulled back. That is just a coincidence. That's what we can say legally. Yeah, so if you are looking for a financial advisor, if you're unable to mitigate the risk, because all investments come with risk, let us know and we can put you in contact with an accredited financial advisor that we're actually working in collaboration with. So first things first, what's the big ish? So the big ish that's happened on the markets is we've had one crazy dip. Now I'm going to start this off by saying this: if you can't handle this dip, crypto ain't for you. Just going to put it out there, because if this is your first dip, you're going to be like, oh my god, I've lost all my money, I can't take it. It's not for you, period. Because if you've been through this before, you've survived much worse dips. Like there's been 60% dips we've been through, 80% dips we've been through. And if you can't handle this, then you don't deserve the 200%, 600%, 1,000%, 20,000% gains. This is just part of the cycle and part of the game of what we've got to go through, unfortunately. So either like it, or lump it. That's literally what it is. So let's go on to the charts and have a look at what's actually been going on. Let me just got more people coming in. So let's go on over. Now, you're going to find it pretty funny that I've not started with a crypto chart. Now, you probably think to yourself, that's a bit weird. We're here to find out about why Bitcoin's dipped. Why has he started with the VTI? Why would I have started with the VTI? Because people are constantly saying that Bitcoin and stocks and crypto are not correlated. They are perfectly correlated. They are completely aligned. It's where all the money in the crypto market comes from. It doesn't come from ordinary people like me, like you, or probably anyone listening to this call on, like, unless you're one of the people that I know that works for an asset management firm. But the markets are worth trillions. So to move things by 1%, 2%, 5%, 10%, that is trillions of pounds, billions of pounds per move. So just to give context to what's just happened, we have to understand what's happening in the stock market because it's completely linked to what's just happened in Bitcoin. So my favorite thing to always show people, we normally show people the asset management. I'm just going to type in VTI. I'd normally do this in lessons with people, but I'm going to do it right now. So the VTI, Vanguard Total Stock Market Index, right? How much is this worth? This is public information. Anybody can get hold.
Sorry, could you just mute my phone? Because I'm just hearing that baby in the background.
Oh yeah. I'll mute everybody. Hold up. Let me mute everyone. Participants. Mute all. Okay, cool. Right. So Vanguard Total Index Fund is worth 1.3 trillion. It holds 4,000 stocks. The top 10 holdings are worth 24% of this 1.3 trillion. Now, for math's sake, we'll make it nice and easy. And we'll say that it isn't 1.3 trillion. We'll say that it's 1 trillion. That means the top 10 holdings, they have over 240 billion spread across these bad boys here. So, hope this is making sense. So if the VTI dips from 1 trillion, and remember we're just saying 1 trillion just to make it easy on the maths, and we know it's a little bit higher than that. If the VTI dips 5%, that's 5% of 1 trillion gone, right? That means that money's got to go somewhere. That means that's just floating about somewhere. So now that we've done this, let's now go to Bitcoin, right? And if we look at Bitcoin, what was the market cap of Bitcoin recently? Anyone remember? Let's go to CoinMarketCap. I should have showed this on Facebook, actually. Right. So the market cap has now gone down to 673 billion. The other day, it was well over 1 trillion. So you just got to ask yourself, where has 300 billion gone? Is it just sitting there? Because I'm not 300 billion richer. None of the people I know, none of the retail people I know are 300 billion richer. So where has this 300 billion gone? Let's go and take a look at ETH. And let's see, based on the market cap, how much money has probably disappeared. So let's go. Ninja showed us how to do this the other day. ETH market cap.
Oh yeah, this is a big plug.
Okay, so the market cap of ETH, as we can see, just went from this top here, which is a very beautiful resistance for anyone that knows trading, just dropped 27%. So that's 157 billion that's just magically disappeared. Now, Who even has a bank account that allows them to withdraw 157 billion in what time frame? What time frame was this? This is exactly like what happened before with this whole Elon Musk tweet thing that came out, and everyone was fooled into thinking that it was Elon Musk. Same thing with the whole GameStop thing when everyone believed it was the people. When you just do the maths and look at the volume and the size of the amount of money, you'll realize it's not possible for it to be ordinary people. It's just not even possible.
Dude, just to let you know, we've got a couple of people coming in. I got people messaging on Instagram for the link.
All right, cool. So yeah, that's that on ETH, right? So next step that I'm going to go to, just to keep following what's going on. So let's just go to the Bitcoin one, BTC market cap. And let's measure how much of that was gone. Look at that, 300 billion. So between just Bitcoin and ETH, that is 445 billion gone in what time frame? The time frame is also very important for what I'm discussing. And that was in a 1 day, about 4 hours window, probably 20 hours, it's saying. But the key thing to notice is this gap here on this wick. So yes, it came down to here, but look at how quickly that bounce back was. That is ridiculous. Even on the hourly, look. So that clearly shows some people had buy orders down here. Because even when we go to the 15 minutes, the 30 minutes, look, still there. Still there. How do you go from, look, remember, just focus on the market cap. That's all I want you to focus on. How do you go from 792 billion to the high got to yeah, let's call it 891 billion, which is 117 billion in total in the space of 45 minutes. If we go here, that bounce back was 85 billion in the space of 15 minutes. If that was retail, or if that was fair play, we would notice, because when people do things like I'm about to show you, so let's just go to one of the things I really wanted to show you, was this. Something that's been happening in the stock market recently, which kind of led me on to believe that the stock market was going to tumble, is some people in the stock market have been selling their shares. Google, Microsoft, Amazon, and Facebook. Now, why would Google, Amazon, Microsoft, and Facebook want to sell their shares and have an extra 62 million as the CEO of Google, an extra 65 million as the CEO of Microsoft? Or why would Jeff Bezos want to have an extra 6.6 billion of cash lying around? Why would Mark Zuckerberg want to have 2.2 billion of cash lying around? Why would Mark Zuckerberg be selling 15 million worth of shares every 1.3 days? Why? Oh yeah, because maybe they know that crypto is about to go crazy. What makes me say this? Let's look at the Bitcoin dominance. So I don't know if that looks like a support line to you, but it does to me. Just saying, I'm just saying that looks pretty damn perfect to me. Okay, so let's carry on looking at things that coincidentally have hit perfect points. So then so this is the current state of the NASDAQ. Let's go to the 4 hour. Probably can't see it as accurate yet. Oh, look at that. The NASDAQ has almost perfectly touched the 200 moving average. Coinky dinky. Let's go and look at the Dow Jones. Again, the Dow is floating around this 200 moving average. It's just hit this trend line perfectly. It's interesting. Could that mean things are about to move to the upside? Maybe. But let's carry on looking at something. Let's go back to Bitcoin. Oh, but obviously we've got to look at the S&P 500 first. Again, look at the S&P 500. Coinky dinky, that all at this time, it's hit a perfect support line just here. Coinky dinky. So let's carry on looking. Now, the reason I'm highlighting the S&P 500 is because yesterday I posted on Twitter the fact that the VIX was looking absolutely crazy. So this is the VIX, and the VIX is a volatility index. It's based on options trading and futures in the markets, mainly options. It's just a way of measuring volatility. That's the best way and easiest way to understand it. So the way the VIX works is when the VIX is up, the markets will come down. When the VIX is down, it means the markets are in all-time highs. Now, I've been steadily watching this move up to the upside, suggesting the market was going to come down. And not only did it come down, it entered this buy the dip area. Now, when it entered this buy the dip area, normally it suggests that money is going to be pulled out rapidly out of somewhere. Yes, we did get a bit of a 1%, 2% drop on the markets, but it wasn't enough. So where else did it come from? Crypto. Now, what has that done to the crypto market? It has made it absolute bargain central, because again, Bitcoin here, yes, it did go below this support line here, but when we look at it now, it's pretty much perfectly around this support line here of 45,000. So the main crux of this is that what's about to start happening when we look at the Bitcoin dominance is that we're about to get something called the flippening, because there is no way, especially because of the size of Bitcoin, there is no way that it can outperform any of these alts, as all of this 450 billion that we've just noticed comes pouring back into the market. If you had 450 billion right now, would you put it into Bitcoin and get yourself what, 50, 100% return? Or would you maybe put some of it into ETH and get yourself a little bit more bang for your buck? Yeah. Or would you maybe put it into some altcoins? Maybe you would. Now, again, during this dip, not all things are dipping, because this little bad boy here didn't really dip. Not all dips are made equal, because labs didn't really take that much of a severe dip. Now, why is that interesting? Because labs is one of labs and Proppy. Where's Proppy? Where's Proppy? Let's find Proppy. Look at, I'm showing my whole portfolio here just to indicate to people what's going on. So Proppy is an insider of anyone that's connected to the World Economic Forum. They absolutely love this token. And again, yes, it did dip, but no, that's Proppy against Bitcoin. Proppy. Here we go. Revealing everything here, aren't I? There we go. Is that an equal dip compared to how everything else dipped? I don't think so. But is that a great support line? Yeah, I think so. So we can see This is showing all clear signs of manipulation. Now, what's the latest news that's come out in line with all of this stuff that's going on at the moment? Some of the latest news that's come out, as we've probably, some of you may have heard or may have noticed, is that this whole Charlie Munger praising China for Charlie Munger, if you don't know who he is Warren Buffett's best friend. Charlie Munger's come out and has been praising China for being smarter and not investing in Bitcoin. Now, obviously, these guys are very funny because Charlie Munger and Warren Buffett don't believe in Bitcoin, but they're investing in companies that are going to be buying Bitcoin, mainly Apple. And why am I so confident on that? Because why are Apple recruiting for people in crypto? Why are Citibank hiring 100 people to work on their crypto desk if crypto isn't the way forward? Like, you just got to think, like, why is everyone so interested in crypto? Now, one of the major reasons for the market dip that's happened at the moment, not the crypto market dip, but the stock market dip, is because of the new CPI data that's come out in the US. And the new data that's come out in the US suggesting that the unemployment numbers and the job numbers are lower than expected. They was hoping that around 500,000 jobs would be created in the month of November, and actually only 250,000 were created, according to my notes. That's bad news, because not only is there less jobs being created, also people are not willing to accept the jobs. So America is going through a bit of a crisis at the moment, slightly the same here in the UK, where people just don't want to go back to work. They're just like, I don't want to. And that's because people have found ways of making money online and realized, I don't need to work a job that I don't want to work. I can just make money online or make money in crypto. Now, the same thing's happening with developers. A lot of developers are leaving Google, Apple, Microsoft, so on and so forth, and they're dispersing. Why? Where are they going to? To crypto. Now, I'm saying all of this ahead of what I do believe is going to be a massive market crash after this kind of wave that we go through. I think that, so random occurrences are called black swan events. And I think this black swan event is due on the stock market. And because the stock market is intertwined with crypto, I think it's going to affect the crypto markets as well. I think the crypto markets will bounce back quicker than the stock market, thanks to a few payment gateways like Square. Like, do your research into what Square are doing. I'll give you a slight insight into it. So Jack Dorsey, owner of Twitter, has actually stepped down as the CEO of Twitter to become to just focus on Square and make Bitcoin his life mission. Now, imagine if, as easy as it is to send somebody a tweet, it was that easy, and you use that kind of technology and that infrastructure to send people money. You just added them, bam, just like you do with Cash App. Oh, look at that. You can already do that. Now imagine being able to do that with crypto all over the world. Now imagine being able to log in to any crypto platform in the world and using your Twitter account to verify all your KYC. That's what Jack Dorsey is trying to do, which, when all the market crash happens and all this regulation comes out, what are they going to ask for? More regulation, more KYC. Jack Dorsey's in the perfect place. Who's one of the main backers of Square? Should we have a look and see if there's another little correlation? Going deep here.
Down the rabbit hole.
Let's go down the rabbit hole. Who is the biggest holders in Square? So Jack Dorsey, number one, then Morgan Stanley, then Vanguard, then BlackRock. Interesting. Now, what's Morgan Stanley's stance on crypto? Does anybody know? Let's see. Let's just type in Morgan Stanley. This is how you do your research and put the pieces of the puzzle together, because it's actually really obvious. Let's just put Morgan Stanley and crypto. So their stance on crypto. Oh, look at that. They are the first US bank to offer wealthy clients access to Bitcoin funds. Hopefully you're starting to see the direction. This isn't the crash and the market isn't over. This is one hell and probably one of the best buying opportunities there is. So that's that one. Then we've also had that the Wisdom Tree Fund, and these guys make some of the best ETFs out there. Wisdom Tree ETF. If you don't know what an ETF is, please book in a session with us to go over wisdom over what ETFs are. So Wisdom Tree ETF have actually been denied their Bitcoin ETF, which is very, very interesting. Again, so I think this is the second time they've approached the SEC and they've been denied again. Now, the main reason for this is they're trying to go for a spot Bitcoin ETF rather than a future-based ETF. So spot means that it's in line with the current price, rather than futures is where people are betting on the future price. So for some unknown reason, the SEC thinks it's a much better idea to have an ETF on the stock market where there's much bigger inflows going into Bitcoin based on the future price of Bitcoin than the actual real price of Bitcoin, which says a lot about how they're trying to prop up the price of Bitcoin. But yeah, do your own research on spot ETFs versus future ETFs on that one. Now let's get into how we know things are about to happen. So you know this company called Facebook. Do you want any kind of inclination that they are maybe possibly interested in pushing things towards crypto? You probably heard that Facebook have now unbanned crypto adverts. So what does that mean? Every retail person in the world is about to start seeing
loads of crypto ads.
More people than ever are going to be surging into crypto because more people than ever are going to be getting bombarded by crypto ads on Facebook and on Instagram and on WhatsApp. So again, does that make a bit of sense why maybe Mark Zuckerberg sold out of some of his stocks to get into cryptos? Correlation, but you know, just coincidence. So that's one there. Then you may have heard that a little company called Adidas teamed up with Ethereum. Whoops, I've let the cat out of the bag. They teamed up with Coinbase. So if they're teaming up with Coinbase, we already know Coinbase are the gateway for loads of big institutions to buy stuff. Now, Adidas, I never remember how to spell this. Adidas have actually recently purchased an NFT. So let's do the maths. If Adidas have purchased an NFT, what does that mean they are holding?
Ethereum.
Now, they've not done it in a direct way of going, yeah, guys, we're Adidas and we're holding Ethereum. They've done it in a very indirect way. They've just gone, yeah, we've got one of these crypto apes. But what does that mean? Clearly, they're holding Ethereum. So if they're doing that, there's I'm going to show you something that I probably shouldn't show you. Hang on a minute. It might be public news this now anyway, but let me go on my personal Facebook and show you something that also shows that another multi-billion-dollar company has actually purchased some Ethereum. Let me just stop the recording